So this month, I have been transferred over to Portland. I'm actually a Portland based flight attendant for the month of October. Um, we're able to do this a few times a year, which is really, really cool. And this is the first time I've actually taken advantage of it, where normally I'm based permanently in Seattle. This time I'm actually in Portland. So it's been really nice because it's been about 2 weeks now, and I think that I'm being a little spoiled because I don't have to commute, which is really, really nice. Because normally I have to get up earlier to take a flight from Portland over to Seattle. And lately, all I've had to do is show up at Portland and just start work there. Flight start and end in Portland. So it's been really, really nice. Now, Portland in this particular case has been interesting because right now they're kind of going through a transition phase. They've lost a couple flights, and I think they're actually trying to downsize the Portland base right now, which is not great for a lot of flight attendants that are permanently based in Portland. So it's been a little bit of an adjustment for them, right? And then for myself, for me to try to get into Portland permanently is probably not going to happen, honestly, because if they're trying to downsize the base right now, then it's very possible that I'm not going to get in for quite a while. Um, so that's kind of changed my plans a little bit, to be honest with you. So right now, being in Seattle, uh, has my seniority has actually been pushed down a little bit recently because partly of what's going on in Portland. Some Portland flight attendants are migrating over to Seattle, Salt Lake City, LA, because the international flying in Portland has come to an end for now. And a lot of these flight attendants really like international flying. So those that have gone into Seattle have actually pushed my seniority down as opposed to my seniority going up. Being along the line now for a year and 2 months, my seniority is actually going down. So that's been the effect on that. So really interesting and not something that I was counting on. It was not something that was in my calculations to begin with. But it's okay. We roll with the punches and it is what it is. It's all good. But again, like I said, right now, this is my first month being in Portland. And it's been nice because I haven't had to commute, and all my trips originate in Portland and end in Portland. So right now, it's very limited the kind of trips that we have in Portland as of today. Right now, it's been like an Atlanta turn, which basically is I leave early in the morning, and then go to Atlanta, sit there for a couple hours, and then take another flight back from Atlanta to Portland, and then my day ends. The downside is the day is long, and it's by the end of the day, I'm kind of tired. And but the positive is that we get some pretty good credit hours on that one. I think that one's probably maybe like 10 credit hours, which is actually quite nice to have 10 credit hours in one day. I'm all about that. That's why I do it, and I actually think I have maybe 3 of those trips this month, which is kind of nice. And then the other one is the one I'm actually currently on right now. Right now, I'm actually in New York City, and that one is a little bit more. How shall we say? A little bit more. It's a 2 day basically, right? So basically, this 2 day is that I am leaving early in the morning again, come to New York. We get here probably around 3:30 in the afternoon, New York time, and then kick back here for about 15 hours. And then we leave in the morning from New York back to Portland. And the nice thing is that we get in pretty early. So we get in around 12 o'clock in the afternoon, which is great because now I have the rest of my day to just kind of kick back and go home and do the other things that I have to do, all my creative stuff that I do. So that one I really enjoy. So those have kind of been the two main trips that I've been taking this this month, and I'm actually enjoying it a lot. So, but next month I'll be back in Seattle, and then we'll see how that goes. I put in my bid for Seattle, and we'll see if I get any of my bid. So stay tuned for that. Let's see what else has been going on. This trip has actually been cool. Yesterday's trip, I flew with a great crew. Today also has a different crew, but also a great crew, and I'm getting to know all the people in Portland, which has been really, really nice. We have some really, really senior people in Portland, which is really kind of cool. So a lot of stories, a lot of information that I'm gathering from them. They're very willing to share information and their point of view on certain things. And sometimes you get the inside track, which is kind of actually really kind of cool. So that's been really, really nice. So it's always really good to meet and make these connections with your flight attendants because it really does help you down the line for various reasons. So I actually got to New York, got over there, and the only bad thing is that today we were supposed to get in 40 minutes early. But as it turns out, there was some weather coming into New York, so we had to circle around JFK for a while, and we were actually pretty much on time. So our early, arrive time kind of went out the window. But when we got there, we had to wait for our shuttle to the hotel. So we actually waited for the shuttle probably about 45 minutes, believe it or not. So we're just kind of standing out there waiting for the shuttle, which was not expected, but you know what? It is what it is. And sometimes these things do happen and we have to wait for the shuttle. There's nothing else we can do. And we call to see if they're coming. They're coming. And sometimes they have traffic. Sometimes there's construction. So it's not necessarily their fault. They do their best. But we did have to wait 45 minutes. And then finally, it did arrive. But the cool thing was is that while I was waiting for 45 minutes, I saw like three other people who were also arriving. I saw a pilot and I saw a couple flight attendants, some friends from my actual graduating class. So it was really, really cool to connect with them. And right there, just not even expecting it. So they were just kind of like, hey, how's it going? Hey, great. How to see you? Great to see you. How you been? Catch up for like 5 minutes while they got on their shuttle and took off. We were still waiting for ours. Ours finally came around, and finally we got to the hotel, and that was that. So it was great in that sense. So now here I am, just kind of kicking back, doing some work, doing some studying. I always try to do my very best to make the time that I have here as productive as I possibly can. On this 2 day, I actually brought food with me, and that was delicious. I just had that. I'm probably going to get some work done right now with I got my other creative stuff that I do. I do a lot of music and composing and stuff like that on the side. And so I kind of am working on that as well. Um, and then I'm going to be going to the gym, so that's going to be really really cool too. And so yeah, so that's kind of like my log for today. I think things are going well. I'm still enjoying the job. It's going really really well, and it's also great to work with new crew and see where they come from. It's really really interesting to see where flight attendants come from because again, a lot of them are second and first, second or third careers. And it's really, really interesting to see where these people came from. Today, I have someone that came from She used to be a, dental hygienist, I think. So she was doing that. Another one was a teacher that taught elementary school, and I think those were the two that I met today. So that was really, really kind of cool. And they've been on the line for quite some time. So it was really nice to see that. So yeah, so that's my log for today. But tomorrow we go back I go back to Portland and kick back. And I actually have a few days off, which is really, really nice. My dad's birthday is at the end of the month, so I'll be going to see him in LA, and then we're going to take off to Mexico probably for a couple of days, which will be really, really nice. So I'll hopefully get some footage of that and have some amazing food. And we'll see how everything goes. But everything's going really, really well. So anyway, that's my entry for this log of mine, and we'll do some more logs, and I'll try to keep you guys apprised of things that are going on more regularly, more up-to-date information, and more up-to-date experiences. So there you go. All right, guys, we'll see you next time.